Hello, how y'all doing?
Hey, everybody.
Good to see you. Already got folks in the room. The Aloha Kong, Maureen Smathers. Is that Smathers?
It looks like Smathers.
Mary Jones, Over the Hill RV, John Chalker. Also out and about on recumbents is here. New Horizons, Susan, Jim, Abby, good to see y'all.
Hello, Lisa.
Let's get to our other screen here with our pop-out chat.
And Summer's going coastal.
Summer's going coastal.
Howdy.
Good to see y'all on this Sunday. Proud that you're here.
RV there yet?
Says, hi guys, hope to hear good news about Matilda G this week. That's Matilda G. We're in Matilda G. She's always good news. So we'll give you a complete update coming up. Lucky Dog Productions moderator, Sue.
Hey, Sue.
Good to see you. Proud that you're here. 8 folks in the room. We appreciate you spending your Sunday afternoon with us.
Hey, Thin Blue Lane.
There you go. Bill and Nancy.
Yes.
Proud that y'all are here. Appreciate it. I do know that BB3 and Nettie will not be going live.
No?
No, not at 5. Murder Mystery, Haunted History.
Right.
Not this week.
Okay.
So I saw the announcement earlier. So following us today, it will be
Nursing Our Travel Bug.
Nursing Our Travel Bug, as always. Our Epic RV Adventure. Hello, all. Good to see y'all. That's Shelly and Michael and Talon. Proud that you're here.
Hey, I'm really glad you're here. Shelly, you need to call me sometime when you're traveling and not so busy, because you have been out and seeing family like crazy. So, and doing all sorts of videos.
Oh, great videos. Go check them out. Our Epic RV Adventure. That's a great site. Thin Blue Lane, RV Life is another great one. We have a lot of great RV YouTube contributors.
Friends.
Absolutely. They make great content.
Yes, they do.
And you can go by and check out that stuff. Today we're going to be giving away a $20 Amazon gift card. Yeah. Also, any super chats that come in, we're about ready to tally up the month and get that money off to Wayward Waggs to contribute to a Christian small military charity. As we always say, there's a lot of great charities out there, and there's a lot of big ones, and you would recognize the names of the big ones. But it's a small grassroots organizations that hit the ground running in the local communities and help veterans with their needs. And that's where the group tries to get their monies together and contribute to it. And spearheading that has been Wayward Waggs. That's Leslie and Dustin and Scout. Yeah. So any super chats, we'll forward those right on.
We're not asking for them.
No, don't feel like you have to. But we will be drawing from the deck at the end of the show today to give away a $20 Amazon gift card. So if you tolerate us till the end, then there'll be a payoff for somebody. Let's see, working on a project.
For Box Van D, because Thin Lane's on his phone.
Okay.
Because he's working on a project.
That's Bill working on a project. I can't believe you're not sitting in the new RV yet.
I can't believe it either.
We weren't going to let the cat out of the bag that early.
No, but
that just puts a bummer on the whole thing.
Good afternoon to Shanna Kraft.
And Mary Jones.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're the one that put it up on the screen.
What did I put up there? I said, still rolling with the flow.
You put up Lisa's comment just now on the chat.
I did.
You did.
And you commented on it.
I couldn't help it. However,
If you can't tell, I got a tremendous congestion problem.
Part of it is because we spent the whole day on the lake yesterday.
We did spend the whole day on
That's
the
part
lake
of it.
yesterday.
And the other part is we've had so much rain that all our plants, our trees and stuff are reblooming.
They are.
And so the pollen is pretty rough.
Pollen is everywhere.
Ashes in April.
Great to see you, Ashes, in April. Appreciate you being here. Let's see, Bill says, I can't believe it either. No, we can't believe it.
Tomorrow we're going to the beach.
Go ahead. Tell them. I mean, for 2.5 months, we've been doing nothing but canceling reservations.
I'm not canceling this one. Now, I don't have a problem with calling them tomorrow afternoon to make sure the storm's out of the way before we go. But we're going to the beach tomorrow. We're going to Tyndall Air Force Base, and it should be fairly safe because Michael tore it up a couple of years ago. That means, like, lightning striking in the same place.
So we are going tomorrow?
It's tomorrow.
I know it starts tomorrow.
Check-in begins at 3:00. I'm just saying.
Don't treat them that way.
I'm just saying.
I'd love to be able to take the camera and turn it that way and point it out the window and show you the new RV. But as Lisa here is asking on the screen, don't keep us waiting. What's the status? Well, the status is the same thing it's been for 5 weeks.
It has moved.
Well, yeah, the RV has moved, and I can't find it, meaning that it's moved from the outside of the shop, hopefully into one of the many bays they have to be worked on. So that day I didn't actually stop and ask the status, but they had been giving us that, every time I'd stop in there on a Thursday or a Friday, they'd say, well, the tech's going to start taking it down today and get the turbocharger in it tomorrow or Monday. And of course, the next week would go by and I'd go in there on a Thursday or a Friday. And it's going to start on Monday. So I went to this past Thursday, and where she had been sitting for 4 weeks, and I've got to hand it to you. That place is packed. There's at least 10 RVs in there and 30 or 40 cars. And I think they have like 8 bays, maybe 9, where they do diesel and automotive work. And we're at their mercy. And I don't think they're doing anything on purpose. They simply don't have the manpower to get around everything. And there's no other shops in town that have any speedier service. In fact, that was the easiest one. What does that say? Someone's out
camping in it.
Don't
say that.
And yes, Matilda G is loving this because she is important. She always has been, but she's a stalwart. She's right there.
Yeah. And seriously, Ricky is worried that they're going to call on Monday or Tuesday. And I'm done with it. I want to go ahead and go on Matilda G. If they call us, we'll leave Matilda G and we'll go up here and come back up here because it's only a 2-hour drive. And we'll sign the paperwork, bring her home, get her prepped, and then we can let the RV camp know that one day we're going to be leaving with an RV and coming back with a different one. That's my plan.
By the way, she just let me in on that plan.
He's been telling me all this time that I didn't have to cancel this trip, that we would take Matilda G if necessary. He told me that, and I'm holding him to it.
Serious question. We're considering a motorhome that has a Cat diesel. Should we reconsider? This is a Cummins diesel with only 19,000 miles on it, and I think it's set for a long time, and that's why it's had turbo issues. It runs just fine. It just didn't have any power, and it had a check engine light, and they said it was the sensor for the turbo, and they had to order a new turbo. And is it one of those situations where they? So no, I'm not bad mouthing Cat, not at all. In fact, Matilda D was a Caterpillar engine, and she had 120,000 miles on her. Now, we did put a water pump on it,
Yeah.
which was expensive, but that was after 120,000 miles. So, but that's part of the reason we're trading her for a model with lesser miles. I don't know if we're getting out of the frying pan into the fire.
No comment.
It's just,
no comment.
it has been a headache.
Lisa
and a heartache.
Zapsy, I'm absolutely right. I should go and then tell them I'll pick it up when we get back. That's one thing, except we're going to be at one park for about 2.5 weeks, and then we're going to another park. So there'll be a switch time. And our Epic RV, if I can get this clicked on the right thing, I agree. I would go and just do a switcheroo one day if necessary. Good call, Barbara. You notice I picked the ones that agree with me.
So I've got to get Matilda G ready in one day, in less than one day.
You knew it.
No, I didn't know it. I didn't know we were taking Matilda G.
You knew it. 'Cause
No,
you
I
suggested
did not.
it. Okay. I got to go.
I know you got to go. And I want to go too.
Okay.
Y'all pray for us. For goodness sake, pray for us. There's Brad Martin.
Hey. What's he got to say? Well, in regards to our having our RV issues, we're not the only ones. And we know we're not the only ones. We know a lot of people out there are having the same kind of issues. I mean, obviously, because there was at least 10 RVs sitting in the repair shop.
And they've been sitting there as long as she has.
Yeah. So we know that everybody's in, or a lot of people are in the same kind of situation. It's just hard when it's your summer.
And I'd like to blame Gander RV, and they are partly to blame for the lack of communications.
They are.
But listen, they've taken it to the shop and they're footing the bill. And unfortunately, the only thing we can do is we're at their mercy.
Here's Brad Martin.
Sadly, RVs are a lot like boats. They are not meant to graze. They are meant to be run. And when you don't use them, things begin to rust and go bad, even internally in the engine. I agree.
And then
I agree.
Sweet Lisa.
We definitely plan to work her once they get the turbo on it. Yes, you did. I said, you said it on the live last week. Yeah, but I meant with the new RV.
He didn't say that, so tough. We just got to go.
John Chalker.
Oh, no, don't tell me you've been waiting 5 months. Thin Blue Lane.
No, now I have been following their issues as well. They
Yeah.
actually just left the shop, took the RV and left.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't get the work done. I just don't know. We'd love to have our RV because we plan for it to be our home. But if that was your everyday driving car and you had to wait 5 weeks to get a water pump or a turbo or something fixed, my goodness. I mean, what's up with the shops these days? Don't side-eye me.
Welcome to Foreverland RV.
Foreverland RV. You're just like me. I'm the boss in my house, and I have my wife's permission to say so. I don't even have that permission.
He can be the commanding officer, but I'm the XO. And if you know anything about it, the XO's really got the last say. They generate the punishment and the rewards.
I'm going to be punished too.
So anyway, Yep.
All right, everybody give us some prayer hands in
We
the
had some
chat.
already.
I know,
Thank
let's
you.
have some more prayers. I need a phone call tomorrow to get me out of hot water.
Well, if they call tomorrow, I will give you an extra day. But they have to call before 2 o'clock. Because we have to go down there. So that means we have to get ready either way. Oh, no. You make everything sound so much worse, Brad. Whoops, I missed it. Had a bunch of people jump in.
That's Bill.
Oh, Bill. Okay. They're here. Brad and Diane.
Yeah, they are.
Saw them earlier.
I have had two
No
no-shows for repairs in the park we are in. I have money and repair needs. They want the work and money. It's like I am in radio. I've got more money than time. If I want to get out there and get back into engineering, I could go on without breathing. So there's Brad Martin.
Yep.
We are dealing with similar issues. Either they can't get parts or they don't have enough mechanics. That's the problem with us, the mechanics. Or they're so busy, they have a major backlog. This one particular shop, I used it on my Colorado pickup truck, needed a water pump a year or so ago, and took it to them. Buddy, they had it right in there and out the next day.
Yeah, and that was, I think we dropped it off on a Friday afternoon.
Yep.
And it was ready Monday morning.
Right. Now, that was a year ago, but they didn't have, there's not even any parking there anymore. You have to park out by the road. Customer parking is full of cars. And it's that way with every shop in town. You just have to wait. But I pray I get there you go, Foreverland RV. I appreciate that. Thank y'all. Thin Blue Lane, RV Life. Thank you, Bill, Nancy. Appreciate it.
You're correct. Actually, the Command Master Chief has the last say so. But I was at a small command at one time, and I was actually a command chief. Got my badge. Yeah. But it does, you're right. It does make us feel a little better that we're not the only ones. Just a little bit better.
Little bit.
But we have been waiting quite a bit, and we do want to get on the road.
The sad part is just all the cancellations. And it's not the fact we lose any money.
Well, we lose a little bit.
We lose a little, but still, it's the fact that we're 2.5 months now into cancellations. Now, granted, some of those cancellations were for health issues, and we had to hang around here. And by the way, I got a great checkup. So, the old ticker checkup was grade A. It was perfect. Everything's good there. But that started it. And then right in the midst of that, we decided to trade. And sometimes I think we should go back to the lot and get Matilda D.
It's always an option.
And then we have to put everything back in her.
And then we take everything back out. That's the reason why we left it there.
That's exactly the reason we left it there, because we cleaned her up. We spit polished her and cleaned out the inside and just got it all spiffy for a trade-in. Got a great price on the trade-in. And we thought we were days away from getting the new RV, so we left it. And days turned into weeks, and now weeks have turned into a month and a half.
Happy Place Camping.
That is Felix
Jesse and Felix. Jesse.
And Jesse.
Remember how many times we sang Jesse's Girl?
Shanna Craft says.
And Jesse.
And Jesse. Thank you very much there, Sue. I certainly appreciate it. That's a load off our minds. If you haven't checked out our channel yet, please do so. And click that subscribe button if you like what you see.
On a happier note, there is going to be a Mayberry meetup in October. Yes, there is, and yes, we're going.
Now, that one I will answer yes to, one way or the other. You got my word on it. We're answering yes to that right this very minute. I'm answering yes to it.
Well,
because I will go back and get Matilda D and bring her back here and pack her up, and off we go.
We are proceeding onward in America. Hello.
Hello.
We watched the replay today.
Yep.
Becky, and it's always good. I mean,
if y'all don't know, that is Becky and Fabian, and Jag, their pit bull, and they have a fifth wheel and a dually truck, and they travel. They're over on the left coast right now, and Becky is pregnant. Do you know how far along?
8 months.
Woo!
She's due like the 22nd.
Woo!
And what I was going to mention too, Becky, I know I made a comment on your video, but nowadays it seems like most people already have a scheduled, maybe you'll get it, but have a scheduled date of when they're going to have the baby. There's very little guessing anymore.
Yeah. They go ahead and break the water and induce labor, and that's another one. It's like mechanics. You got to get in line.
Got to get in line.
You got to get in line to get an appointment to have your baby.
But my first baby, I will tell you that I had taken a little bit of leave before the baby was due because I was just tired. And Monday morning, I had to go back to work. And Monday morning, I went into labor. And just a little bit. It was really easy. So of course, it's your first baby, so you don't really know that it's the early stages. I actually went into the doctor's office at the hospital. They told me I was only 1 centimeter dilated and sent me home. And about 12 hours later, I had the baby. But I was so worried about not reporting to work that Monday morning. I went to the doctor to let them tell me I was actually in labor, so I could tell my office, I'm in labor, I won't be in today.
That was numero uno?
That was the first one. Yeah. Mayberry's growing by the day. Approximately 60 to 70 channels have signed up, and more are coming and staying in hotels.
Wow.
I think you also mentioned, Susan, that there are some, I don't know what kind, I don't want to say news outlets, but there are some people interested in the fact that we've already attracted that many people, and they're going to come and maybe talk to some of us.
Wow.
So it's become a big deal. So, but anyway,
that's pretty incredible.
Yeah,
it was a blast last year.
It was, and it's going to be a blast for those of you that haven't been there, but you got reservations or you're planning to come. It is a beautiful campground. It's got the little winding roads where all the different RVs are, and you can actually stand on the hill and look down at all the different places. It's a gorgeous park. It really is. So
Becky says I will be taking leave after Labor Day. Labor Day. Just so I don't need to go into the office. Labor Day.
Yeah. I know. Well, that's the first part of September. But anyway, they got another doctor's appointment the 27th this month, a month out, and hopefully they'll know by then.
You can count on it, Brad. We'll have the guitars and the campfire and the cajon, the beatbox there, and there'll be some harmonicas there, and boy, we have a blast.
We do.
And then we go and we plunder around Mayberry, Mount Airy, North Carolina, and go to Floyd's Barbershop and go to Andy and Barney Fife. Sorry. I don't know why.
I don't know,
I drew a
because
blank on that one.
You have been watching Andy Griffith now for 3 days.
Lately, I have.
There are some big surprises.
I need an RV to work on.
But yeah, we did have a lot of fun. Well, Becky, we know that you can't make it this year, but you could come with a baby. No, you need to be with that baby and enjoy every minute of it while you can before you have to go back to work. So.
If I have the baby on Labor Day, that would be hysterical. And Lisa says, Becky, that would be funny. It would be. It sure would be. Aunt Bee's restaurant. I'm going to tell you the truth now, Brad. I wasn't too impressed with Aunt Bee's restaurant, but you had to do it because it was the touristy thing to do. But
yeah. Well, it's not really big enough.
No.
And
we were there in the height of COVID.
So we couldn't sit together.
They wouldn't let us sit together, and they had tables roped off, and there was not enough tables to start with.
Although there were a few channels, I won't mention their names, One Strange Adventure, who broke rules, but that's okay. We won't mention them. Our Odyssey, what is it?
Imagine Your Odyssey.
We won't mention names or anything like that.
No, just give you his initials, Imagine Your Odyssey. That's the initials.
But anyway, we do have a lot of things planned for it, and it's going to be really nice. We're really, really, really looking forward to it.
I got you. October 14th through the 17th, main event days. Many are staying October 11th through the 17th.
That's us.
Do you need a campsite or hotel room?
If you do, Susan's the one to talk to.
Mm-hmm. Okay, finish the graphics for D. Bill's got them graphics going on.
Oh, he does. I love it.
Got to run and do the voiceover. We love you guys here at Thin Blue Lane. Love you back, Bill, Nancy. And I hope you get your stuff worked out.
Yes.
We'll eventually get ours worked out too.
Oh, yeah.
But thank you for coming by. If you've not checked out Thin Blue Lane, please do so. And visit their channel and catch one of their lives.
Which we missed both most important live.
Papathon?
No. Thin Blue Lanes when they monetized.
Yeah, they got monetized. That was
2 Thursdays ago.
We did miss that.
We were tied up.
It certainly wasn't with a new RV.
Oh, look.
Sue says Thin Blue Lane. Oh, I know, Thin Blue Lane. My goodness, you didn't have to do that, Bill. Nancy, we appreciate it, though. That will probably top off our donation for the month to head on over to the Small Christian Charity for Military. But thank you so much, Thin Blue Lane, and do give them some time. Go by and check out their channel and leave a meaningful comment, watch their videos, and also click that subscribe button. If you like what you see, give them a thumbs up. Give them a thumbs up.
Please do.
And check out some of these other channels if you're not familiar with them. I think I'm preaching to the choir. I think we know just about everybody.
I think we do.
But if you've not checked out some of the other great channels, please do so. What's the latest from the world of Class C, Lisa? Summer's going coastal. They can give us an update on that. Once again, thank you so much, Thin Blue Lane RV Life, for that $10 super chat. You know what that gets you?
Yes.
We almost forgot. Can't let that happen.
I like the we almost forgot. You
Thank you so much.
And we're back. Refresh that page. All right.
Almost want to go and I can't replace a turbo. I can do a lot of things, but I don't know if I could tackle any diesel mechanics.
Lisa said you could have gone to diesel school by this time.
You're right. I could have gone to diesel school. Work on that Cummins myself.
Where'd the pop out go?
Pop out chat. We were just using the comments here. The comments are a little behind. Timmy Ray, the King, is in here. Hello, Timmy Ray. Good to see you. Mary Jones likes Captain Boney.
He's cute.
She said he's cute.
Did you say hello to the Aloha Conch?
At the very beginning.
Okay, I thought so.
At the very beginning, they were number 1 or number 2 in the room. I think they were. No, number 1 in the room was out and about on recumbents.
That's right.
And number 2 in the room. Number 2 in the room.
Do I have to go all the way up?
It won't show you.
Okay.
Yeah. There's already been too many comments go by.
Cool.
Water under the bridge.
Brad says it's not as difficult as you think. It's just that the parts are larger.
Yeah, the parts are bigger and heavier and getting up in there, and I don't know. I got to leave it. I got to leave that to the experts. I just pray to God they have an expert and not just some jackleg tree mechanic that they hired off the street because they can't get enough help. He's on the YouTube trying to figure out how to put a turbo on a Cummins.
Don't say that.
I know, but that's always in the back of my mind. That's why I'm going to nail them down to some kind of warranty. They got to give me something. And when they give me something, whether it's 90 days, 6 months, a year, I'm going to drive the holy snot out of it in that 90 days, because if it's going to fail, I want it to fail under the warranty. So I'm doing great. Listen to my KISS 33 LPs. That's 33 1/3, Timmy Ray. Don't forget that third of an RPM. 33 1/3.
I know.
That's right. Good old vinyl. Every snap, crackle, pop, and hiss. You may want to install a pre-luber for the engine. I'm going to tell you the truth. See, I don't know enough about diesel mechanics to even know what a pre-luber is. You're going to have to tell me. Now, this is a what is that fuel additive they have today? I'm drawing a blank.
For diesel?
Yeah, the DEF.
Yeah.
A pre-DEF. This is a pre-DEF diesel. It's a 2007. And it came from over in Macon, Georgia, and a gentleman used it for an office. So he didn't drive it much. 2007 with 19,000 miles on it, and it drove just fine the day we drove it. But I commented to Miss Barbara after the test drive. I said it just didn't seem to have. It didn't have the power of the other diesel we traded in, and when you put your foot down on the pedal. So I had made that comment, and now I know why. If that turbo wasn't working,
well,
she just
and
didn't
they were
have
running the generator.
Well, that wouldn't have any effect.
Okay.
Running the onboard generator wouldn't have effect on the performance of the diesel engine, even though it's a diesel generator. Generators up front, diesel drive
It was just
plants
noisier.
in the back. Yeah.
All right.
The LPs are better than CDs. Brad says, let's see, Bubba and Bobby Joe are giving it their best. Oh, no, no.
Well, now they're trying to make money on YouTube because they don't want to go back to work full time.
It's pretty lubricates the engine with engine oil before you start it. A pre-luber, that makes sense. Splashes the internal parts good before it fires up.
Okay.
That's good to know, Brad. Thank you so much.
He's learned a lot from you today already.
Brad is,
It's about time.
it's about time now. Brad and Diana. Okay. I can't keep the Dianes and Dianas separated. Some end in an E and some end in an A. Obviously, I just get them mixed up sometimes. Yeah, I need to take some congestive medicine. I am really, well, you can hear it. Now, let's see. Once again, about the since I mentioned it, I don't know if you're following. Is Papathon still going on? I think it was 48 hours. But
they've exceeded the goal.
They've exceeded their goal
as of just a little bit ago.
And that was for Alan, and he goes by Papa Mozo
and Heather.
Alan and Heather, and Alan had some brain trauma. He took a fall.
And had some brain trauma.
And is suffering memory loss. And I'm going to be real honest with you. We're not real familiar with Alan, but he's a part of the community. A lot of you folks know Papa Mozo. And the Papathon, I think, is still going on because that number is continuing to grow.
It's growing.
And,
well, we're checking the...
They're well over $5,300 now. He needs some tests and some other procedures that the insurance doesn't cover. He apparently has lost almost 40 years of memories.
I thought it was 30 years. But anyway, he's lost
like
from like 16 years.
Yeah.
He doesn't remember important life events like getting married and having children, or even his parents passing. So there was a lot of it. It's pretty serious.
Hey, Slow Mo's in here. Hey, KT and BJ.
Yeah.
Proud that y'all are here.
Charlie Grace is here.
Charlie Grace is here. Thank you so much. Following us, we'll be nursing our travel bug at 4 o'clock Central Time. That'll be 5 o'clock Eastern. And there will be no haunted history, murder mystery, haunted history with BB and Nettie today. I'm not sure why, but she had put up a thumbnail that said she wasn't going to do it today, hanging with the kiddos, taking a break from laying down tile in their house.
Ooh.
That's a tough job.
Yeah, my knees hurt when you said that.
Putting down that grout, and setting that tile, and then putting them little spacers in there. And, oh my goodness gracious!
Been there, done that.
Been figuring out that pattern, and woo, tough job. Once again, thank you, Slow Mo, for being here. We appreciate seeing you, and Charlie Grace as well. Oh, she got it done. Oh, no premiere for us, just a video at 6 p.m.
That is proceeding onward.
Right. That's
You did say you were working on it.
Yeah, and you had trouble with Fabian's Apple laptop, battery funked out on it, and you had to go and have that worked on at the shop and just got it back. So she's behind in her editing, I think, but they're going to have a video,
well,
not
they had
a premiere.
tried to get it from, because it was all worked on Fabian's.
Yeah.
And yeah. So there was a lot of work involved to it.
Timmy Ray the King says, when the records skip, I put cooking oil on the records and put them all around the record and add water on the record with the cooking oil, remove the cooking oil and the water, and it doesn't skip for me. Neat trick. I've been in radio a long time. I'd never heard of that, not cooking oil. But I tell you what I did do one time. I remember back in the 70s, Steve Miller's Fly Like an Eagle came out. And that was one of the first albums that I bought for my radio show. It was in the early 70s, and it was a country music radio station that flipped to rock and roll at 6 p.m., and they let me have 6 to midnight. they didn't have any records. Everything they had was Conway Twitty and George Jones and Tammy Wynette and Waylon Jennings and all that stuff. They didn't have no rock and roll records. So I had to go out and buy all the records back when you could go to the store, and for, I think it was like $1.50, you could buy the 45, and they always had the Billboard Top 100 posted, and they would have the record in the top 20, all the records in order. So I would buy all the records. Well, if any of y'all know anything about Steve Miller's Fly Like an Eagle, that album, every song on there was good. Every song, almost every song on there charted for Steve Miller. And so I bought that album with my hard-earned disc jockey money.
$1.50, remember?
Well, no, the
album.
The album was worth, it cost you a little more than $1.50. That was the 45s. But I left that thing sitting in the window of my Datsun pickup truck and forgot about it. Or sitting on the seat. Anyway, it was in direct sunlight. And it warped bad. And I had this program director, and he told me, he said, here's what you do. You take a wet towel and your mama's ironing board, and you wrap that that album, you sandwich it in the wet towel, and then you run the hot steam iron over it. Well, let me tell you, folks, that took the warp out of it and flattened that album right out. But the iron was too hot, and it sounded like it was snowing every time you played any of the songs on it. But it's the only album I had, and I had to play it. But basically the fabric, the terry cloth, marked the surface, both sides of the album. Even though it flattened it out, it ruined it. Our Epic RV Adventure says, okay, we just picked up our next project at Camping World. Jumping off so I can assist Michael. Have a great Sunday, everyone. We will call you later today, Barbara Shelley. Thank you, Michael, Shelley, and Talon. Again, another great site, our Epic RV Adventure. They just wrapped up a caravan, and I think they're going to have a wrap-up video coming out soon, but they have been putting out videos along all their stops. I got to go check on her.
The fan's in the way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cody went to the back,
so
to the bedroom to lay on the bed, and I turned the fan so we get air blowing on our legs and stuff, and she got trapped. And she heard us talking all this time, and she don't like being left out.
There she is.
Slow-mo is driving around. I think he said he's going to be in North Carolina.
Anyway, check out those videos from our Epic RV Adventure along the way. Yep. Mel, Nettie, Living Free, Zip Codeless, also Wayward Waggs, and Happy Place Diaries. If you want to see a trek with those families, check out some videos from any one of those channels headed out west.
Lisa says, hey there, baby girl.
Hey there. Hey there.
She likes to lay on the bed when nobody else is on the bed because she can stretch out and it's cool back there.
And it's level with the window, the big
bedroom
picture window, bedroom window, and she can just lay there and chill and watch squirrels and birds in her yard.
Okay. So anyway, Slow-mo's driving. Everybody's telling him to be safe and not to be chatting while he was driving.
Absolutely.
And
what videos did you watch this week? Any of them stand out that you'd like to say anything about?
Gosh, I watched a lot of them this week for a change.
Mm-hmm. I watched Happy Place Diaries, and they went to Spokane and what is Port Elaine, Idaho, I think. Anyway,
Oregon. They did a lot of the local sites.
Yeah.
Because they have visitors.
Also, Wayward Waggs put out a new video, and about their alliance
Yes.
paradigm.
It was live, and it had the first half hour or so was.
Well, no,
the
they just put one
partnership.
out, a new one out
Oh, today.
today, where they have
Yesterday,
they're telling about their first 6 months. They've got 6 months
That's
under their
right.
belt,
That's right.
and they have taken it from Tampa, Florida, 4,000 miles to Spokane, Washington, or beyond.
Beyond.
You know, all the way from one coast to the other coast.
And they're going to be eventually heading down in the near future down California. But yeah, let's see what else.
Shelly and Michael and Talon went to a California campground on base, Beale Air Force Base. Yeah. And buddy, I've never that was the biggest campground I've ever seen. Not that it had that many sites. In fact, some of them were, you know, run down and let go, and they don't even use them. They're dry camping. But I mean, it just kept going. It was the wide open spaces, as most Air Force bases are. And so check out that video. You'll also see Michael perform a water quality test in the campground, something he says he's going to start doing regularly. But it found that it was very hard water, so it's one of those reasons for having a water softener. Lisa says, we've been watching homesteaders up in the Perry, Florida area, traveling. Robert has his whole process of setting it up. That is so cool. Perry, Florida, that whole area of the Panhandle there, the Big Bend area, would be a great place to have a homestead where you could pivot and go anywhere you wanted to go, mostly north or south.
It's about time. Just put up a video, the Canyons of the Ancients. And I have to tell you, I live in Colorado.
I saw that thumbnail, and I mean to watch that.
I have to watch it because I don't remember what that is. Of course, it may not have existed when I lived there. I mean, obviously it existed, but it may not have been a tourist site. So we'll have to check that out. But yeah, I've watched several videos, and now that I'm put on the spot, I meant to write notes down. And so, Becky, I can feel your pain, because I was going to jot down notes and I didn't. And now I can't remember some of the great memories or things that I laughed at or I really liked on some of those videos. I feel bad now. It'll come to me when you don't put me on the spot.
That's pretty bad when you comment that you don't remember the canyons of the ancients. I don't remember. I don't think that existed.
Well, Colorado.
Oh my God, you're older than rocks.
I admit I have not been to every tourist place or every site.
I'm surprised she even married me. Before we actually got married, we were driving from California across the country, and and everything. Once we came out of New Mexico and traveling up I-25 into Colorado, headed for Colorado Springs, every little sign along the way would point this way, and it would say Desert Butte. It point this way. And I'd say, honey, you ever been to Desert Butte?
No, you'd say Desert Butte.
Desert Butte. And she'd go, no. And next one I'd go, you ever been to this? No. You ever been to this? No. Canyon of the Ancients? No.
I've been to Alamosa, Pagosa Springs.
Pueblo
a lot.
Alice Springs, or what is that? Steamboat Springs?
Steamboat Springs.
Canyon City.
All around there.
Which actually is spelled Cannon City. Ain't no Y in it.
That's because
it's got that little young across the top of the O. So it's anyway. Canyon City.
Yeah, I'm old. Like Lisa says.
They didn't have that when I was there.
I don't remember why I go into the kitchen. I don't either.
Foreverland RV says we've fallen way behind on videos, but have some in the works. We have two, obviously, for reasons that we really haven't been anywhere. But I do need to put together the video for for Flint River Aquarium.
You do.
We got that in the can. We need to go ahead and get that
Real
done.
special one coming up soon.
Good. Foreverland
Well,
RV.
I also need to admit that this week I had to turn off my notifications because I was getting so many notifications on videos and lives and stuff. My phone was dinging all the time. So I turned off my notifications, but now I turned them back on, but my phone is on silent and has been on silent since your doctor's appointment on Monday, because I never remembered to take it off silent. I'm sad.
Well, all right then.
I'm sad.
So we'll be looking forward to that for Everland RV. Anybody else want to toot their own horn? Feel free. Just put your what you got coming up. We know Proceeding Onward in America has a video coming out tonight at 6.
And following them is Forever, our Forever Best Friends. So remember to see them.
Mm-hmm.
So
and anybody else,
and
even if you've already told us in the chat, remind us now. This is a portion of the show where you can just go ahead and tell everybody what you got coming out.
Yeah, I believe for RV Ashes in April, I think, I know they had a couple of them. Happy Place Camping posted the Armana meeting video on Friday. Jerry and Donovan were a hoot.
They also have a good wine tour where they toured wineries.
Yeah.
You want to check that one out. Also, the Aloha Conch did a video on the merits of walking, the health benefits and stuff like that. Very instructional, and he did a good job on it. So go check it out, the Aloha Conch, and the benefits of walking. And I think he says he's lost from 248 down to 230.
Good, that's 18 pounds.
Yeah, he's been walking since the end of last year, December 24th, at least 3 miles a day and plenty of hydration. And he gives you a lot of good tips there. So check that out, the Aloha Conch. Hello, James Cantonese. Good to see you. Proud that you are here. Really appreciate you being here. Oh, he went from 248 to 227. So he lost 20 pounds. No, that's 19 pounds. No, that's more than 19 pounds. That's 21 pounds.
You're so good at math.
I am great at math. I mean, I'm an engineer. I just don't gazinta and cipher very much in my head.
Well, that was like yesterday.
That was Jethro Bodine, by the way. He used to cipher. Remember that?
We were trying to figure out how old my nephew was, who's a year older than my oldest son, and it probably took me 15 minutes to figure out how old my oldest son was because I had to do the math in my head. Now, admittedly, there was a little bit of coconut rum punch involved in that, but that was hard.
Thank you so much, Bob, and Debbie. I wanted to say Diana again, or Diane. Debbie. No, Debbie. Bob and Debbie. That is Blue Wave Odyssey.
That was one of the videos I watched.
Oh, that's right.
That was a cool one.
Oh, that was a great video.
With, up in Woodstock. And they went to the side of the park and stuff. And the way they did the whole video, you really, truly felt you were there.
Oh, yeah.
It was excellent. It was a great
video. They met up with, J. Charles Outdoors. Mm-hmm. They met up with J. Charles Outdoors, mm-hmm. and he gave them a little tour of the little hamlet there. And I'm not going to tell you what they found in a candle shop, but you need to go check this thing out. If you don't watch the video for anything else, check out what they found in the candle shop. And then they went to the farm where it was
Where Woodstock was.
and it was raining on them, so it was really authentic. They could have wallowed in the mud if they wanted to.
Well, by the time they got to the park, it was pretty.
And they went to what was going to be the original site for Woodstock.
Yeah.
And it ended up being because they couldn't get the proper permits, it ended up being in the farmer's field on his property. But anyway, check that out. And thank you again, Blue Wave Odyssey, for that $10 super chat. We certainly do appreciate it. And this is James. Captain Boney for you. Appreciate that super chat. Once again, Blue Wave Odyssey. Check out their Woodstock video. They put it out this previous week.
That's definitely going to be something I want to do. Eventually one time I want to make that trip up to the northeast, and Woodstock is someplace I want to stop to. Downsizing downsizing makes sense.
Oh yeah,
that was a good one too. They talked about how to get into Canada if you're interested in going up there. Some of the current requirements.
Oh my goodness, what they went through to get across the border, and then the different provinces, not provinces, but
once you did it, you had it documented, so you just had the copy. And even though a lot of us like to use our phones, they actually had printed documents so they can hand it to
I think they went to Newfoundland and then worked their way up to the shoreline in one of the other what do you call Canadian states?
Provinces.
So. Okay, yeah. But each time you would cross into another province, you had to go ahead and go through the show them the paperwork and everything, and might even get an on-the-spot test, a COVID test. At one site, I think at the main border, the U.S.-Canadian border, they actually had to swab themselves right there. And then they also had to do a test on Skype or Zoom and be witnessed on there doing the test and sealing up the serial, the little box with the serial number and sending that in. And boy, the stuff they went through, but they said it was well worth it. And the coastline they were sitting on was beautiful.
Oh, yeah, it was gorgeous. Now, I would love to make that trip, probably not for a year or two, 3 or 4. It's gorgeous up there. So they did, watching that video, put that place on my want to go see list. So
it's already 3:58.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we can't run over. So let's go ahead and get this done here. Anyway, that was Alice and Larry from
Downsizing Makes Sense.
Downsizing Makes Sense with that big fifth wheel. So I'm gonna shuffle these cards up real quick. Y'all get ready now.
Go ahead and get
you can start guessing. You can start guessing now. I'm shuffling these cards. I'm going to cut them again. Then Miss Barbara's going to cut them. All right, on the top.
It was, at least the last half hour was quick.
And we're going to go ahead and flip up this one card right here. So go ahead and tell us. We're looking for the color and the suit, the face.
Color
and the face. So what is it? Don't forget, Nursing Our Travel Bug is up next at 4 o'clock, which is about a minute away. Bob is on the right track. I'll give you that hint. It's either red or black. I can tell you that right now. You don't have to give me the suit. Just tell me the color and the number. Color and the number.
Okay, let me catch up with them. We got one.
Where?
James Cantonese. Well, it's 6 black. I told you now.
That's right. That's it. James Cantonese.
I will look up and see if somebody else got
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and run through there real quick. But if we don't, I don't know if we have James's email address.
Oh, gosh, I can't remember.
We probably do. We probably sent him a sticker or something. But anyway, congratulations, James. We're going to get a $20 Amazon gift card off to you. Boy, it was flying, wasn't it?
I know. That's why I have to go back. I love Lippy Lisa. She's always giving me the Uno colors and stuff. One day we'll have Uno here. All right, I'm coming down. 4 black. No, it was a 5.
James Cantonese said 6 black. I think he was the first one.
Okay.
That's what it was.
That's what I see.
So congratulations. Thank you once again for the super chats today. We certainly do appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and forward those on to Wayward Waggs and have those included in the next donation to a Christian charity for military and veterans.
And James, please send me an email.
Send us an email address at rvunderway@gmail.com. And Nursing Our Travel Bugs is on next. And at 6 o'clock, there is a video from Proceeding Onward in America.
Doesn't see a thumbnail, though.
And no thumbnail for Nursing Our Travel Bug.
And they weren't here today. Usually
Oh
they're
my goodness
in the chat.
gracious. Mary Jones, for some reason, your comment disappeared on our Woodstock video. I don't know why. Anyway, go back and leave that comment for Bob and Debbie over at Blue Wave Odyssey, Mary Jones. And we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. We've had a great time, great Sunday. We appreciate spending time with you friends. And once again, we thank you for the super chats.
Absolutely.
And until we see you again, fair winds and following seas.
God bless.